Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that don't know me, hello, my name is Melanie and I pretty much do everything budgets on this channel. So welcome to my new subscribers. If you're thinking about subscribing, go ahead and give this video a like. Subscribe, what could it hurt? It's free. So today is a little bit different. So let me back up and explain what this video is about today. So on my previous video, I had a person reach out to me. Her name is Jasmine. So hello, Jasmine. And she's also a teacher. So she's in her first or second year to teaching. So hey, welcome to the family. Welcome to the profession. And so Jasmine was asking me questions about how do I, as a teacher, stuff my envelopes weekly. And then she was really interested in the rainy day challenge, incorporating that. And she wanted to know about my extra week envelope. So we went back and forth, and with her permission, I asked her what her take-home salary was monthly. And I said, if you don't mind, I'll make a video and make a mock budget using your numbers to show you how to do it. And so she agreed. So this is dedicated to Jasmine. So thank you for subscribing. And I really enjoy connecting and interacting with all of my subscribers. So I try very hard to interact with everyone. I will tell you that if you comment on a video that's older than 2 or 3 weeks, I probably won't see it. But if you comment on like the last 1 or 2 videos, I will interact with you. And that's what I'm all about, building relationships and building up my channel. So thank you, Jasmine. So we're going to use your number today. Now, she did not share with me her expenses or her life in general, like if she was in debt or anything like that. So today you're going to see basically my budget, rewind my life about 4 years ago. And so I'm going to use her number with my budget that I had about 4 years ago, because I figure it's pretty much a standard budget. It's pretty general, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and get started. So before I begin though, every month when I begin the month budgeting and everything, I always go on to Etsy. I love supporting my favorite YouTube creators by purchasing digital downloads, and I love each and every one of those downloads. I'm just adjusting the camera just a little bit. Hang on. However, I'm noticing that I have to tweak it just a little bit. So before this idea even presented itself, I just kind of went with it on the fly, but I had been playing with the idea of creating my own set of trackers specifically designed for me as a teacher. So today you're going to see these 3 pages. This is the worksheet. This is the actual tracker. And then the 3rd page, where is it? Here it is. The 3rd page is like a progress report comparing from how the month began to how the month ended. And as a gift to all my subscribers, or for anyone for that matter who needs a teacher budget, I've included this document in a PDF version down in the description box below. So it's my gift to anybody who wants it. So let's go ahead and work on Jasmine's. So she already has this download. I sent it to her. And so I know she's going to be following along as I do it. So Jasmine, if you're watching, hello. I'm super excited to be doing this, and just understand that I'm going to be using pretty general numbers to fill in, because I didn't get really personal with your expenses or anything like that. And I will tell you also, so her take home is $3,187, and you and I are not that far off because I pay quite a bit of money in insurance. So my take home is almost the same as this. The difference is because I don't know your life and what your responsibilities are, you're going to see this a little different. But this is how my budget looked about 4 years ago. So this is the teacher worksheet. And so how I stuff on a weekly basis, this is actually how I do it. So I start with my number that I take home. And I'll tell you, this is my second time videoing this because the first time I did not write in erasable ink and I made a hot mess. So it was just too much of a mess. So I want you to take, and it was also too close up. So hopefully I get it right this time. So we're starting off, oh, I'm already starting it off wrong. So this is for the month of August, okay? And her take-home salary is $3,187. That's, I know you included some change, but I always deal with whole numbers. I don't deal with change. The math is already kind of wonky, so I just deal with whole numbers. Okay, so I want you to read very carefully what it says here. What are your monthly reoccurring essentials? Okay, essentials. Think rent, utilities, childcare, not credit cards. Okay, so for my example, because I don't know her life at all, we're going to take what I used to pay. So she's working with a budget of $3,187. So the first category, you're going to take your expenses. Okay, so your first one will be home. Now, 4 years ago, I was paying $1,200 for home. And that was a 2-bedroom apartment here in San Antonio. Maybe you have this, maybe you don't. We're just going to use it. So I'm being really generous with the numbers here and conservative at the same time. So the next one are your utilities. I want you to think light, water, and trash. So utilities would go here. I could put utilities up here. I skipped a line. Utilities. Okay, and utilities. Let's give utilities $200 to be safe, okay? Okay, now, internet and phone. They are essentials. If we go back to remote learning, you're gonna need your internet. So internet and phone, I'm gonna put $150. Now you'll notice it says here, leave a buffer. You always want a buffer in your account. Being that you're paid once a month, there will come a time when you need that buffer, so it's best to start now. So I'm gonna leave it at $50, okay? If you choose to put it at $100, even better, that's more money in your account, but for now, we're just gonna leave it at $50. And maybe you have a car payment, okay? So we're gonna put car here. And we'll put car at, we'll put car at $300. And I don't have enough room here, so I'll just put it at the top. You need car insurance, okay? I would definitely put this in this category. You do not want to be driving without car insurance. That is just a nightmare waiting to happen. And I'm going to put you at $78, okay? So I'm going to take these numbers and add them up. So we have 78 plus 200 plus 1,200. Hold on. So we have 78 plus 200 plus 1,200 plus 150 plus 50 plus 300. Okay. So that totals to $1,978. I'm gonna put that right here. Okay, so now $1,978 are our total expenses. Now let's look at step 3. Step 3 says subtract your essentials from your take-home check. And what does it total? So we're going to take $3,180. We're going to take $3,187 and subtract $1,978, and we're going to get a total of $1,209. Okay, you following me so far? $1,209. So now we're ready for the next step. So on step 4, it says total from step 3. So that's $1,209. And you're going to divide that by 4 for the month of August, because there are 4 weeks in August, okay? So you're going to take this number, divide by 4, and that's going to give you the total, $302.25. And I'm just going to round up to $303, okay? And that's okay because we have the buffer, so we can do that. That is called our magic number. We have created a magic number. Now we know, in fact, I'm going to put it right here, our magic number, so I don't forget. It's 303. Okay, so our magic number is $303 per week. Okay, that's important. Let's see if you can see that. Okay, so I'm going to keep it right there. So now that we know our magic number, we're going to go on to our second worksheet. This is actually our tracker, our worksheet for the month. And you'll notice I have it divided into really 4 categories. So this is my cash wallet. These are my savings challenges right here. These are my cash envelopes, and down here are my rolling envelopes. So Jasmine, what you're gonna do here for your wallet, okay, and I have it written down on the side. So you're working with a total of $303. That's your total. Okay, your magic number is 303. Now, it's not written in stone, excuse me, it's not written in stone that you have to follow that number, but that's going to give you a good baseline of how much you can safely save every month and stuff at the same time, okay? Now, I am a Dave Ramsey follower, and I truly believe in following the steps. So step 1 is always pay yourself first. I can't tell you how many times, because I was single for a really long time. You know, I've only been married for 3 years, but I was single for about 12 years, living on my own with my son, and I had to do a lot of finagling and shifting money around to make ends meet. And I will tell you, my credit went out down into the dumps, and my car got repossessed, and those were all choices I had to make. But I was dealing with a kid who had asthma, seasonal pneumonia. He was in the hospital almost every single winter. You know, I was the only supporter for this child financially. So there were just a lot of factors that went into the decisions that I made. So this is how I made my money stretch. So I'm basing this off of my life, how it was before. If I were to budget, this is how I would have done it. But these are the expenses that I had. So what you're going to do now, every week you're going to pay yourself first. You should never be without money. You make the money is yours. The bills, they've already been taken care of in this. You've already paid your bills at the beginning of the month. You pay your bills, your essentials. Notice there's no credit cards on here. There's no debt. These are your essentials. So now you've taken care of your essentials. Now you're going to pay yourself. So these are the categories that, if I were you, Jasmine, this is what I would do. Okay, so my first category would be you. Okay, my second category would be groceries. You need food. The next one would be fuel, and I would do them in this order. And lastly would be dining out. Okay, so you're working with $303, right? So you have to stay within those boundaries. So what I would do 10 for you. I would do 75 in groceries. In fuel, I would give yourself $20. Maybe you need more. I don't know. It takes me $20, but you probably have a different car, and who knows how much your fuel is, but that's a good baseline. And then dining out, I would do 15 at the beginning, definitely. So that when you add all these up, okay? So if I add up 10 plus 75 plus 20 plus 15. Okay, so this is our wallet. When we add all these together, it comes up to $120. When we take our magic number of 303 and we subtract 120, we come up with $183 that's left over for stuffing. So what I do next is I'll say, okay, we have $183. That's a really easy number to divide. So I'm going to put $100 in my sinking funds, and then I'm going to put $83 in my savings challenges. Okay, now what you're not taking into account are your rollovers, and I put them down here. Any money you don't spend in your wallet can go into your rollover. So Jasmine, if you don't spend your $10, it can go over to a rollover envelope. If you have money left over in groceries, fuel, or dining, it can go into the rollover. If you have $1 bills, they can go into a dollar savings challenge. Okay, so you have options. But now we know that there's going to be $100 in your sinking funds, $100 in your sinking fund, and $83 in your savings challenge. So let's say I wrote some categories, okay? Let's say you have credit cards. I don't know, maybe you do. Let's say you have a loan. Maybe you do. Maybe they're called something else in your life, but since I really don't know that much about you, I'm going to go based on just general, budgeting videos that I have seen. Other people call it debt snowball, but let's say you have a credit card and a loan. I know you were really interested in extra week, and I'll tell you, extra week goes hand in hand with the emergency fund. So remember, I am a Dave Ramsey follower, and one of the things he says is after you pay yourself first, the very next thing you do is you work on your emergency fund, saving $1,000. Because the poop will hit the fan. And then after you save your emergency fund, then you can start worrying about your debt. Notice he doesn't care about the credit scores or any of that. And I kind of did the same thing because, I was single for a really long time, for almost 12 years. And so I had a kid who had asthma, seasonal pneumonia every single winter and in the hospital. I had asthma. I had to let my credit cards go. My car got repossessed. So there were choices made and consequences, but my credit went down into the dumps. It's fine now. It's considered good. But just understand that nothing is forever. So if you can get into the habit of paying yourself first and then putting the credit cards and the loans in a system that works for you, you will pay it off much faster. And, let me throw this in there. I am not a budgeting expert or a financial wizard. I am just a mom and a teacher that this is things that I do and did to survive. And so you have $100 that you can work with. So maybe you say, okay, this is $100 a week, not a month, okay? And that's important to remember. I stuff my envelopes on Friday, and then it goes all the way to Thursday. So Friday is like my payday. So let's say you put $20 a week towards your credit card. Let's say you put another $20 towards your loan every week. Now, let me tell you something about extra week. There are 4 or 5 months out of the year that have 5 weeks instead of 4. If you only get paid on a monthly basis, this really hurts financially because you are having to make a 4-week salary stretch into 5, sometimes even 5.5 weeks. So it is my goal to save 26 weeks worth of salary. So a week for me is $500. Maybe your week will be the 303. I don't know. But for me, I'm going to save $500 26 times to get my 6 months of salary. Okay? So let's say so 20 towards your credit card, 20 towards your loan every single week. And then let's say, so that's $40. Let's say extra week gets $10 because this is a long-term goal, right? So extra week will get $10. So now you're at $50. And then your emergency, I would put that at $40. I would. And then miscellaneous, maybe $10. So now we should equal $100. So if I did the math correctly, it should equal $100. So let me see. So we have 20, 20, 10, 40, 10. That's exactly $100. So now we have planned for our sinking funds for the month. Now let's go on to savings. I know you like the rainy day savings. So now rainy day, it can add up quickly. But if you just remember the rule of, if you always put money aside for it, then you can pay for the days that it does rain towards the end of the month. So if I have $83, then I can put all $83 towards it. Or if it didn't rain that month, maybe I'm doing another challenge, like a 52-week challenge to save $5,000. Whatever the case is, I can do like 40 and 43, or I can save, it's movable is what I'm trying to say. So you have $83 in your savings challenges, $100 in your sinking funds, and $120 in your envelope. So if we add them all together, 120, 100, and 83, yeah, we come out with $303. And that goes back to our magic number. Now let's have some fun. Let's say we're doing this for a whole year, Jasmine, okay? So I'm going to take this number away from our magic number, okay? So I'm going to take 303. Let me put it here. 303 away, take away $120. Okay, $183. Okay, so I botched up this area. So this is an actual voiceover. So if you took $183, right, and you multiplied it by 4, because there's 4 weeks in a month, you would come up with $732. Now, take $732 and multiply it by 12, you would come up with a savings of $8,784 for the year. That's from saving $183 a week. What a huge savings. So kind of just disregard what I'm saying here because the number is totally wrong. So Jasmine, if you do it this way, saving $183 in your sinking and savings challenges, you're going to come up annually with a minimum of $8,784 a year. And that doesn't even include your rollover or any other savings challenges you add throughout the year. This report. I get so excited with this one. So I'm not going to fill it out now. So what you do is you put your categories, your savings challenges, your rollovers. The only thing you don't include is this section. And so then you put your starting balances. Maybe they're all at 0. And then at the end of the month, you can see how much you saved. Now, some of these you'll send out at the end of the month for their, for their payments. But others like extra week, emergency, miscellaneous, those stick around and those will accumulate over time. And you will be surprised how fast you begin to save. And you'll want to start saving more money as soon as it becomes very fun and something to look forward to instead of something to be, negative about and dreading. So I hope this helps, Jasmine. I hope it was clear. If you would like me to do this for you, go ahead and comment in this section. I would love to help anybody. Like I said, I'm certified to teach math up into 4th grade, but I really don't feel comfortable past 2nd. I am not a budgeting guru. I am not a financial expert by no means. So this is just the way I did it. And, Jasmine asked me how I did it. And so this is how I would do it if I had your money, Jasmine. Now, like I said, if your expenses look different, just follow the steps in the tracker on the worksheet and then take your magic number. And before you even start on this section, I know you want to go straight to this section, but because that's what I did. Always remember to pay yourself first and then work with the leftovers for your sinking funds and your savings challenges. And I know, I don't know if you have credit card debt, but if you do, try very hard not to put the credit card debt here. Put it here and get it paid off. Or you can do like my husband, keep it open if you're really disciplined. Pay the whole thing off in monthly and only spend what you can spend. He's really good with that. I could never do that. I don't know how anyone can. So anyways, well, that's all I have for you today. So until I see you next time, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Comment below if you would like me to help you or play with your numbers. I'd be more than glad to. And look for this PDF. It's in the description box. And we'll see you this weekend. Make good choices. Bye.